Today we'll learn how to post your used oil in the live marketplace as an open auction, preferred auction, or private offering. The first thing you'll need to do is log into your seller account. Once you're logged in, you will see two main navigation items: Marketplace, which is the default, and Dashboard. To post an auction, we will stay in the Marketplace and select Create Auction on the left-hand side menu. Here, you will select the type of listing that you want to post. You have three options: open, preferred, and private. With an open auction, you gain maximum exposure as all registered collectors in your area will have the opportunity to bid on your listing. With a preferred auction, you have the opportunity to select specific buyers that you want to compete for your business. We then send each of them a notice of your listing, inviting them into the auction. A private offering is between you and a single collector that you either select from our list of registered users or enter into the system. If they're not currently registered, you'll need their name and email address. We then send them your price proposal, which they can accept, counter, or reject. For today's tutorial, we'll cover all three in order. Let's first enter an open auction. For any type listing, you first need to enter in your location data. Each location should have a location ID. This could be your store number or any other identifying label you want to use to distinguish the collection point. If you have multiple locations, you'll be able to enter them all at this point. For this example, we will call this store number 1 and enter the address. The question mark icons to the right of each line offer tooltips on what to enter for each item. If you require any collection equipment, you would list it here. For this example, we'll require a 275-gallon tank. Select yes or no if you need your oil filters or antifreeze collected. Lastly, enter in your estimate of monthly gallons to be collected. This is an estimate only and does not determine the frequency of collection. It just allows the collectors to get an idea of your product volume. Click Add to list the location. As you can see, the location has been added to the right-hand side, and you're asked to verify the information you just entered. If all is correct and you have no other locations, click Done with Locations and move on to the auction details screen. If you need to edit the location data you just entered, click the pencil icon and you will be taken back to the appropriate screen. If you have additional locations, click Add Another Location and repeat the steps we just followed. The new locations will also appear on the right-hand side until you're done with entering your location data. After clicking Done with Locations, you will now enter your auction info. The first item is auction nickname. Keep in mind that this is visible to the buyers. Select your product type, enter your starting bid, select your auction length, select the contract start date or the date you want the first collection to be made. Lastly, enter the term of the contract. Click Continue to approve your auction details before posting. Once you click Post, your auction is live in the marketplace and you can now view it under My Auctions. The steps for a preferred auction are exactly the same up until the post point. For this example, we entered in a new auction under a preferred type and are about to hit Post. As you can see, instead of viewing the auction, we are now entered with a new option to select and send. Here, we will select the people we want to include in the bidding process. There are two ways in which you can do this. The first option is to search our system for users that are already registered on our platform. Simply type in their username or email address, find them in the list, click Add, and click Go Back. You will then see that they've dropped down into the user list. You can also invite users that are not yet registered in our system by entering their first name, their last name, and their email address. When you click Add, they will also be added into the users list. You can enter up to as many users as you like. The last step would be to send the invitation, which would cues our system to send an invitation to each of the buyers. You can see that it says your invitation has been sent successfully, and you always have the option to view the recipients. Lastly, we'll cover how to enter a private offering. The only difference between a private offering and a preferred auction is that a private offering is between you and one buyer, and you set the proposed price. Back at the auction details, you set what you want to get for your used product. Here, we'll set the starting bid at $1.35 per gallon. We click Continue, we review our auction details, and we click Post. Once again, we'll send the invitation just as we did in the preferred auction. Here, we'll enter in the name and email and click Send Offer. The offer is now on its way. You can see it under Invitation Sent, the gallons, and the offer. Once the recipient has received the offer and responds either by accepting, rejecting, or countering, you will get a notification under your auctions. This concludes today's lesson on how to post an auction.